Good morning. Today let's talk about what is or what are the qualities that a board member of a multi-trillion dollar organization should have. And we'll start this video by lighting one up and creating the holy smoke in the environment as usual. This is something we ordinarily do in the Chantang clan. First quality, kindness. It's essentially important to be kind not just to yourself. First, you have to be kind to yourself, as EB is, and then you also be kind to everyone, including your subordinates and your seniors, in case there is a hierarchy. If there is no hierarchy, then treat everyone like your own and talk straight, talk direct, talk to the point, talk truthfully. You don't need to tell a lie, there's no need to tell a lie. And if you do feel the urge to tell a lie, everything has degrees of truth or layers of truth. If you know the supreme truth, there is no lie. If you don't know the supreme truth, then explain what you want to say, and you can't say the direct truth. Explain what you want to say in the form of a story, like our ancient sages and saints always did, and Sadhguru does, and Shinzen Young does. That's one thing. Let's go to the second quality, which is mindfulness. In fact, mindfulness should be at number one, but I put it at number two because right now we want more harmony and peace in the society. So we're sort of saying it's okay if you're not mindful, because reaching 100% mindfulness, like someone like me, or say like Sariputta, Bhante Gunaratna, Shinzen, or Sadhguru, is a lofty goal. It requires many lifetimes of sadhana. It requires a lot of intense austerities that you would ordinarily have to go through as a high league sadhaka. But for most ordinary people, they don't go through those austerities, and we like to give them simple and easy to do practices. So mindfulness is always important. How do you do mindfulness? By simply practicing meditation in the four postures all the time, the entire day, whether you're seated, lying down, standing, or in movement like walking, running. The most important way, the most powerful way to establish mindfulness is to pay close attention to the breath, but never stop at the breath, as Shinzen Young says. You can also pay attention to sight, sounds, taste, smells, touch, and the sixth sense, which is the mind, as ordinarily described in Buddhist literature, especially Theravada practices or the Theravada tradition. In Vajrayana, we don't really we don't really treat mindfulness as something separate. It's just part of the Vajra transformation act that we normally undergo, wherein if we encounter some sort of unpleasant, pleasant, or neutral, these are the three valences that we experience. We simply just transform it or change it by abiding in the impermanent flow of the zero point flux or the still point of the turning world, which is Shinzen's terminology. Sadhguru calls it Shunya, or may call it something else. The word is significant and it's insignificant at the same time. The experience is what matters. So, second is mindfulness. You can follow these in no order, they all work together. And this is more like an enhancement over the 8-step path that the Buddha described: kindness, mindfulness. The third is wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom is seeing things as they are, not being trapped in the illusory sensations of the five aggregates or the illusory uh, changes or the experiences of the five aggregates. The five aggregates, as you already know and I've told you all before, is form, feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. And these five aggregates work in unison with the five elements, which is earth, wind, fire, water, and ether, space. The five aggregates, the five elements. These both work together. And when you learn how to master, you gain mastery over these 10 components. You learn the act of transforming the Vajratat. The Vajratat is essentially the essence of every conscious experience that happens in your life. Whether it's me drinking this Sprite from this glass, with EB sitting next to me, or whether it's just smoking this cigarette with Natty sitting next to me. It's the same thing. As you know, love transcends all boundaries, and love is not limited to the geographical co-location of 2, 3, n people. Keeping that in mind, let's now focus on the fourth quality, which is equanimity. What is equanimity? Equanimity is simply a matter of factness, as Chuladasa says, or a matter of okayness with what is happening with you. This does not necessarily mean blocking, suppressing, grasping. You may be in states where your concentration is locked onto a particular process, object, thing, subject, any aspect. And if you can notice the grasping within that and free yourself from the grasping, then you're free from the pain and suffering that ordinary humans experience. So, pain, why does pain happen? Pain simply happens because you're experiencing something unpleasant, or experiencing an unpleasant sensation, or experiencing a sensation that's too pleasant. It's like an orgasm and it's just too intense, and it's sort of, there's pain in pleasure, pleasure in pain, all that BS. uh, don't go by that. Just bear attention, and by bear attention I mean you can also use labels. You can use the three labels: see, hear, feel, with in and out, if it's internal or it's external. I'll leave it to you to decide what is internal and what is external for you. But the most important aspect, as Rajarshi Nandi says, you have to be very objective in your practice. And even being a board member of some, say you're a board member of the Bhairav cantonment or the Bhairav unit that the army has. When you're on the battlefield, when you're doing anything, you need to sort of always have equanimity, whether it's a scope on you or it's a scope on someone else, or someone did friendly fire on you. You need to have equanimity with it and focus on the mission. And what is the mission? The mission is to sort of be free, be unhindered, be unobstructed, be able to act by your true nature. And once you act by your true nature, naturally, the forces of the cosmos, or the forces, or the energies, or the tattvas, or the gunas, they all start working for you instead of against you. This goes at a more fundamental level. We saw it at a macrocosmic level. When we see it at the microcosmic level, it sort of applies to thoughts, feelings, emotions. The 108, I guess, I don't remember the exact number, but there are 100 plus feelings or emotions that you can experience, which also includes mental feelings. If we add energy feelings or flavors of consciousness, then it increases. But the Buddha sort of covered everything, and Bhanteji has covered all these training exercises in 4 foundations of mindfulness, and mindfulness in plain English, and Shinzen covered it in Science of Enlightenment, Sadhguru covered it in Inner Engineering. And yeah, I think if you read these books or watch the YouTube videos in addition to what I'm, as a supplement to what I'm already saying, you should be in pretty good shape, and you can think of that as good as an initiation for any sort of serious spiritual practice of the Dharma or the Dhamma that you would like to do. On that note, our holy smoke is finished, and we are going to wrap up this video. Thank you. Oh.